You're live, it says. Hey everybody, how you doing? Haven't been on YouTube much lately. It's kind of dark in here right now. It's 10:30 at night. But decided I was going to take a drive and stop by a local gathering area here in Arizona called Westgate. I was on Twitter earlier. Oh, looks like a couple people are showing up here. How you guys doing? Good to see you. I know it's been a while. Did a test video a couple days ago. I was having trouble with my live streams. Tested it out to make sure it was working okay, and looks like it is. So a few people are showing up. I'll just repeat what I started out saying, since a few people are just showing up right now. I was on Twitter earlier, and I'm sorry it's dark in here, but I don't want to drive with this light on. Well, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's fine. I was on Twitter earlier, and I was talking about crisis actors, live action role players, professional actors to push forward narratives, and said they're close cousins to the gang stalker. You'll find out soon. And people like that retweeted it because a lot of people understand that a lot of these things that were happening before the shutdown, these school shootings and the quote mass shootings, some that were hoaxes, meaning nobody actually got hurt. It was all a big street thief skit, we call it. And some are false flags, which are events where people actually get hurt. So I tweeted that, and I was about to get off the computer, and I checked what was trending in Twitter, and I saw Westgate, Glendale, Arizona. I thought, why is Westgate, Glendale, Arizona trending on Twitter? And I opened it up, and it says there's been a shooting at Westgate. That a 20-year-old with an AR went to Westgate and started shooting. Of course, immediately I started questioning, that's interesting. Arizona, Florida, and Georgia are the three states that have opened back up. They quit buying into the COVID-19 scare and have basically gone back to life. Not normal. They're still doing the social distancing thing, taping off tables at restaurants. People are wearing masks, but not a lot. We went camping last week. Went to a place called Beaver Creek and jumped off the rocks into the water. There were, 50, 60 people out there. Not one person was wearing a mask. Everybody was just living life, having a good time. And that's pretty much what's going on here in Arizona. And I'm proud of Arizona for that. I'm proud of Florida for what they're doing. I'm proud of Georgia for what they're doing. People in general. And I saw some other people posting on Twitter. Actually one girl commented on the tweet about the shooting and said, just 2 hours ago I was wondering when the next quote mass shooting was going to be, now that everybody's going back to normal life. Not everybody, but certain states are going back to normal life. And wouldn't you know it, right here in Arizona, 5 minutes away from my house, I started this live stream actually in our neighborhood. I just stopped to get gas and started the live stream and started driving towards Westgate, which is right up here. We'll be there in a few minutes actually. There just happens to be a shooting. Now this guy that did the shooting made a TikTok video or an Instagram video, Snapchat video, something. What do you know what it was on Snapchat? Was it on Snapchat? Okay, made a Snapchat video. And he very calmly says his name and that he's going to be the shooter at Westgate Mall for 2020. And he's very calm about it, and he says, "Okay guys, let's do this." And then he takes a video of himself walking down one of the I don't know where he was walking down. I've been to Westgate a lot of times. Been to this place quite a few times. And I don't recognize the area that he was shooting at first. But then I noticed something that I've seen over and over and over and over again that takes place at most of these false flags or hoaxes. I'm not saying what it is. It could actually be a person that lost it and just decided to go shoot up a mall. I'm not making a decision, my own personal decision. I'm not deciding what that is yet. But one thing that I've noticed over and over that is present, which is whoever you want to call them, the cabal, the Illuminati, the deep state, the occult type people that pull off all this fake narrative stuff. When they do something negative to you, when they are tricking you or attacking you, the way their code works basically is they have to tell you when they're going to do it. And they call that the Pharaoh's warning. You've heard the term fair warning. I gave you fair warning, right? So one of the ways that they'll do that to me personally when I'm being attacked, and one of the ways that I've noticed in multiple other events, excuse me, is they will use a white car and a red car together. I don't know what that signifies, but always present at one of these events. Whenever somebody's going to try to stage an accident with me, when they're, so for example, the Comfort, there was the boat, the big Navy corpsman ship, where they tried to, they ran a train off the tracks, and they were going to run that train into the boat. At the news broadcast, right there in the parking lot, white and red car, and they always want to make sure they get that white and red car in the transmission, they probably have this whole area shut down. Anyway, white and red car, always, it's repetitive. I've taken screenshots of those news broadcasts of the white and red car present at the news broadcast. I've taken photos of when they pull street theater skits on me. They've got the white and red car present. Let's see, do we get off one too early? Looks like they've got this blocked. So we're already here. That's how long it took me to get to active shooter, 2 false flag, 3 hoax. Okay, so that's blocked off. They have a civilian vehicle right there. Huh. Not sure what that is. Can we go left at this light up here and go around? So anyway, to finish what I was saying about the red car, In this guy's video, he's got his AR aimed at some lady in the parking lot. I believe he either shot her or she's pretending that she got shot. I'd like to see photos or video of the bullet hole in this lady's leg or arm or whatever. I mean, I hope it didn't get shot. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'd like to see some kind of proof of the people that were injured in this event. That would tell us if it was a false flag or an actual shooter. I mean, the guy had a gun, but the lady is laying between a white car and a red car. It just happens to be that combination. Red cars are sold the least. It's like 6% of vehicles that are sold in the United States are red. So it's a big color car, yet white and red cars are always driving around together all over the place here, around me at least, and at the scene of a lot of these type of events. And I've shown that over and over, repetition. On Twitter, shown it in my YouTube videos. Huh. Yeah, well, I'd imagine they'd have the whole place shut down. Let's see, we've got a car over here, looks like pulled over with their hazards on. Got some people out. Huh. Got a police over there. Okay, so there's, like I said, there's different possibilities for this scenario. One could have been live action role player, or two, it could have been somebody that was a targeted individual that has been stalked, harassed, put through this COINTELPRO, MK Ultra type mind control that has been isolated. Psychological operations have been carried out on them, and they felt like they were completely alone in the world, and they went out and tried to get back at society, basically. I don't have the feeling that that's the situation here, because that guy seemed calm, cool, and collected, and he seemed like he was acting to me. Okay, so that's blocked off there. Yep, doesn't look like we're going to be able to get anywhere in Westgate, which was kind of what I thought the scenario was going to be, but got a bunch of, looks like there's about 30 or 40, maybe more, emergency vehicles in there, and mostly police. I don't see any kind of ambulance or anything like that. I don't see anywhere to park either. I see a lot of cars. Oh, I see a lot of cars stopping with they've got their hazards on. I see a lot of people walking around, people leaving work. They probably shut the whole place down. I can't zoom in with the live stream here, but you can see all the emergency vehicles on the road here. This is at the corner of Glendale Avenue and 95th Avenue in West Phoenix. Like I said, about 5 minutes from my house. I don't see anywhere to pull over and go in here and ask any questions. We could go in over there in that parking lot. Want to try to get a little closer? Go in the parking lot, see? Left only. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see too much. Yeah, they do have the shooter in custody. So, one of my theories, like I said, I haven't come to a conclusion on this thing yet, but one of my theories is with the active shooters that carry out the shootings in like a false flag or hoax type situation. You know, this is a global thing. The first thing that you're going to hear on the news, especially since the guy had an AR, they wanted to make sure in the video that he filmed his AR and he filmed the extended magazines. Some people call them banana clips. It's a magazine. It's just a little bit longer magazine, military type magazine like we used in the military. But I believe that some of the people that carry these things out are told, hey, you're gonna be our person to fit this role. You're gonna be shooting blanks. These people are gonna act like they're hurt. We'll move you somewhere else, and you'll have immunity from any of this, and you'll be rewarded because you helped carry out this globalist official narrative to set us up to go ahead and say, hey everybody, guns are bad. Look, another black rifle, AR-15. That gun just jumped up and started shooting people. We need to get rid of all of them. So here, I'll give you a little history on the AR-15. It doesn't mean assault rifle. It means Armalite, the company that creates the firearm, that manufactures the firearm. And the size of the bullet that comes out of that firearm is no bigger than 22 caliber. It's about how big it is. A little bit longer, a little pointier. But that firearm was not even created to kill people. So bear with me here until I explain to you what that means, because everybody that's anti-gun that doesn't have good knowledge about firearms and what they're created for go, well, all guns are meant to kill people. That's not correct. The reason that the Armalite, the M16 or the Armalite 15, AR-15, or the M4 that were created were to injure the opposition and slow them down. In a gun battle, in war, if you shoot somebody and they die, that person is taken out of the fight completely. Nobody responds to them going down. They keep fighting and attend to the injured. When somebody is shot and injured, medics are called. Other soldiers run over to the injured soldier, pick them up, move them. So when somebody's injured in war, it takes 4 or 5 people out of the fight, and it slows them down. So it's war game strategy, basically, to create a firearm that is not intended to kill people. It's intended to injure. And that's the exact reason why the M16 or Armalite was created. Do some research on that. Talk to some firearms experts about that. And you'll see what I'm saying is correct. That's where I got my information. I have a ribbon on my uniform for that exact firearm that says I'm a small arms expert with that particular firearm. So we start hearing people say, oh, this is terrible, get rid of that gun, get rid of that gun. Understand the difference between a false flag, a hoax, and an actual active shooter. Understand how strongly a controlling totalitarian side of the government, how badly they want to take away everyone's rights and what they would do to accomplish that. Research what a false narrative is. Research what social engineering is. Look up the terms crisis actor, live action role player. Look up the term gang stalker. Look up the term targeted individual. And do some research on that. Do some research on all of those things. Get yourself familiar with scare tactics and what was the term that General Flynn used? Oh man, I'm having a blank right now. Abnormal warfare. Is that what he called it? Abnormal warfare. This covert war that we're going through right now against the silent enemy isn't all guns, tanks, and bombs. It's a battle for the mind. It's about keeping people in fear, keeping people controlled. Destroying the economy. You know, they're going about this through infiltration and subversion, not through brute force, like many other wars have been fought. And I really believe that this thing that happened right down the street from my house is a part of that. Again, you know, I see the patterns. I try not to talk about my IQ or say things like I'm smart, because then people go, that guy's arrogant, he's full of himself. The last IQ test I took was pretty damn high. It was actually close to what President Trump's IQ is. The way that my brain works, whether you want to call it Asperger's or autism, I'm not autistic. If I am, I'm very, very highly functioning. I'd say I might be on the Asperger's spectrum, but the way my brain works, I can put together patterns and figure out ways of operating, standard operating procedures. I can see things that a lot of other people can't. When I say that, I can see things that are actually realistic, that are happening through patterns. And the white and red vehicle, the way that these people signal, is one of those patterns. And again, check out the video of this guy going through the mall parking lot, and the lady he's pointing a gun at just happens to be laying between a white and red vehicle. Go back to my Twitter account, at Michael Barden 8, MICHAELBARDEN, number 8, and look at some of my past tweets. Maybe I'll get on Twitter when I get home and I'll retweet those screenshots that I've taken of the news broadcasts and my personal experiences with the street theater, the auto mobbing, the signaling before there's an attack or some kind of street theater skit. They do it every damn time. Was it, I believe, Florida, when the cops got in the shootout on the highway and they were hiding behind people using human shields. There was a guy that jumped in a UPS truck and they were shooting at the UPS truck. At that, they've got a white and red car parked next to each other in the frame, and they want to make sure that's in there every single time. I've seen hundreds of different examples that don't even have anything to do with me, just on the news over and over and over, and it's mathematically impossible for that to occur at every single one of these type of events. So just be patient, keep an eye on what I'm talking about, keep that in your head, and you'll start to notice the patterns also. Yeah, coincidentally, both of the neighbors on either side of my house who have been involved in the long-term organized stalking and harassment, they just happen to have the people on the left of me have 2 red cars and a white car. People on the right of me have 2 red cars and a white car. And they've laid off recently. But since I've lived here, they've pulled all kinds of different tricks on me. I tried to be friends with these people before I knew what was going on. One of them drugged me when I was over there. The other ones played theater with one of the local police officers that showed up. There was about 100 people over at their house. My son and I were the only white guys over there. Everybody else was Hispanic. And at about 10:01, the police showed up at that house and came in, and the Officer Miranda, actually, came in, shined her light in my face and said, "Hey, it's time for you to shut this down." I was like, "What? Why are you aiming the light in my face? There's like 100 people here." And do you see, like, that I most likely am not the owner of this house or the main resident, by deduction. And not long after that, when I was arrested on January 4th, 2018, guess who was the person that read my rights? That exact same officer, Officer Miranda. So, like I was saying, here, I'll just show you these. So here's the neighbor to my left. Look out at my house. There's their white truck, red car. And do these guys have... No, they don't have their white car in the driveway right now, but see, they've got oh, yep, there they go. Right there. Red truck, white. You can't see it very well, it's kind of dark. Anyway, they got their white car and the red car. What are the odds? Hey, don't call me the weird guy for noticing it. These people are the strange ones who do this kind of thing. Go to these links to signal through their whatever the hell is they're doing. I've just noticed the way that they do it, and I know I'm not the only one that's noticed this. I've heard several other people talk about it since I have. You hear about the or you can look up this also, the FBI floating box. It's one of the techniques that they'll follow somebody through town and sensitize a targeted individual with different color-coded vehicles. One day it'll be all red cars, one day it'll be all black cars, one day it'll be green, some days it'll be orange. They'll do all these different things to sensitize the targeted individual, and it's all part of a psychological operation. So anyway, I'm back home. I guess that was an interesting live stream to start back with here. I've been here's the key. I've taken some time off over the last month. It's been a month since I've really done any type of live streams like this, documenting anything. I had a friend that I knew from social media that lives in Tennessee, going through a tough time in life, big transition period in life, and I'd never been to Arizona. I wanted to come out to Arizona. Came out here to visit. We spent the entire month together, had a great time, traveled around a little bit, went to Sedona, went camping north of here towards Flagstaff, researched a lot together. Did some pretty good research and investigation together. She figured out a few things about General Flynn's case that I never would have figured out. Ended up doing a video about, let's see, did I do a video? Yeah, I talked about some of that. But anyway, that's what I've been doing the last month. Took some time off, spent some time for myself, try to recharge my batteries a little bit. And now she's on her way home. Got a bunch of stuff figured out, on her way home to start life over again. And we'll see how it goes from there. Anyway, it's about time for me to check out. This video's been 30 minutes. Ooh, looks like I lost 10 viewers. Dad, last comment I said, I'm not saying you're dumb, Mike. Oh, I don't think I'm dumb. I'm kind of cocky about it, actually. I'm smart enough to figure out some pretty intense. I can be dumb, especially when I tell jokes. I tell some pretty dumb jokes. DDJ's dumb dad jokes. All right, looks like there's a lot of comments here. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go through all these comments right now. It's actually kind of warm out here. Anyway, thank you guys all for showing up to this live stream. Sorry I haven't been here very much lately. I'll probably be doing more. I'll try to do one every day, every other day, something like that. I'm going to try to come up with some new information, but I'm going to keep talking about this until I am exonerated and indemnified. And this doesn't happen to American citizens anymore. Looks like we're getting closer. The president's press secretary is talking about this stuff, saying things like, if a 3-star Army general can be targeted, imagine what they can do to a everyday, ordinary citizen. And they have, and things are getting declassed. We're getting closer, so be patient. Targeted individuals, people that have been illegally targeted by Department of Homeland Security, FISA court for profit, and non-consensual human experimentation. I know you've gone through hell. I can't even believe that I'm still here alive talking about this. Some of you probably feel the same way. And do your best to get through it. Things look like they're getting a little bit better. Hopefully they are for you. And I'm going to end it on that note. All right. Have a good night, everybody.